Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I am a regular dude walking in the Word. I am kind of thirsty, so I'm going to get a drink here. I have some sweet tea in there to get my voice ready for this. Today, I want to talk to you about, we're concluding Genesis 17 here today. And it's entitled, Abraham Immediately Obeys. We've talked about, in this chapter, Genesis 17, how God has his covenant. We talked about how it was not equal, okay? Abraham had to do this stuff, and God did so much more, okay? So it was an unequal covenant, and it's still that way today. You know, the blessings that I receive from God way outweigh what I'm doing for God, okay? And then we talked about how the sign of the covenant was circumcision, and then we talked about how God made a promise that seemed to be impossible, and then Abraham goes like, oh great, he made that big promise. I don't know if he can keep it. Let me try and help him out and help him out of the pickle here. And God doesn't need our help out of a pickle. God created the pickle to start off with, okay? And so Abraham does that and really creates a disaster that goes forever here. And today we're looking at Genesis chapter 17, verses 23 to 27. And it's talking about Abraham immediately obeys. After all that covenant and everything happens, he goes to town and he takes care of what needs to be done with the covenant. He's not messing around, okay? So, like I've said before, Abraham is a guy that we can follow. He loved the Lord and he followed the Lord. He was faithful to the Lord. But he had hiccups that happened throughout his life. He wasn't a perfect guy. Much like myself, I love the Lord, I follow the Lord, but I have problems, okay? I fall into sin, and just like many other Christians, most all Christians, okay? And so I can take comfort in this, that Abraham wasn't perfect and he falls into sin. I'm sure not perfect, and I fall into sin too, okay? But in this particular passage today, you're going to see Abraham, he obeys. He doesn't argue about it, and he just obeys. So let's read here. Verse 23, it says this: on that very day, okay, not the next day or a week later, a month later, on that very day. On that very day, Abraham took his son Ishmael and all those born in his household or bought with his money, every male in his household, and circumcised them, as God told him. Abraham was 99 years old when he was circumcised, and his son Ishmael was 13. Abraham and his son Ishmael were both circumcised on that very day, and every male in Abraham's household, including those born in the household or bought from a foreigner, were circumcised with him. Okay? So that very day, he didn't waste any time. He didn't go, let me think about this, and it takes me several days to prepare and get the knives ready and, all this stuff. No, he was like, we're going to go get this done. And didn't really give a time for people to think about it and go, and give them an option of, do you want to do this or not? He was like, we're going to go get circumcised and everyone's going to do it. Everyone, including Abraham, his descendants, which was Ishmael, who was 13 years old at this time, and his servants, that whom were born in his household, and those that he bought. So if you're circumcised as an adult, you don't do a whole lot after that because it's somewhat of a surgical process there. So these guys were laid up for a little bit to take care of that. But the point I'm trying to make here today is this: Abraham's obedience was immediate. He didn't goof around. He didn't wait around. He did it immediately, and he didn't give an option to his descendants. He said, "We are going to do this." You're going to come to. There's going to come times with your family that you as a father need to step in and say, "We're going to do this." There's no option of like, "Oh, do you feel like doing this? Let's take a vote," or anything like this. You as a man of the household need to stand up and say, "We're going to do this." Okay, because God has called us to do this, so we will do this, and we won't wait around to do it and see, if the weather turns or whatever. We will do it immediately. And so We can commend Abraham, and hopefully we are like this, that when God calls us to do something, we do it immediately. And when he's asked us to lead our descendants and those that might work for us or whatever to do it, we do it and we have them do it, and there's not an option out. Okay? So remember that today. The obedience should be immediate. Thanks for watching. I'm a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we turn to chapter 18 of Genesis. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then.